character online. What was meant to be a fantastical, fictional character was also a part of me. It was a different me than the me on AOL Instant Messenger, and it was different from the offline me, too. But this silly character was indeed part of me. Not only were my online and offline personas disjointed, my online persona itself had subdivisions and splinters, depending on with whom I was interacting and where. I tell this story not to brag about how successful I was in my early love life, but to illustrate that, in the internet age, even as young people, we're required to understand very nuanced differences in whom we are expected to be online, depending on the context. Social media is not unlike Dragon Realms. The characters we play are based on us, but they're usually not representative of our full, complex offline selves. Our online selves and our offline selves are intimately entangled, even if it's not always clear how. Part of this book aims to clarify that very question. What is the relationship between our various online selves? Social media represents new psychological territory for us. For our brains, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit are real places. We don't just log on to social media, we navigate through it. Throughout this book, you'll hear me refer to what people are like in different social media spaces, rather than on them, because I believe that's a more accurate way to think about our relationship to social media psychologically. These social media platforms aren't just websites we visit or apps we open, they're places we enter. If we're interested in engaging people in these spaces, we need to become accustomed to their cultural norms. When we attend a happy hour with our coworkers, we're probably slightly different versions of ourselves than when we go to a music festival with our friends, or we are home for Thanksgiving dinner with our families. Likewise, the person we play on Facebook and the person we represent on Twitter may be very different characters. The way we relate to a piece of content on Reddit is likely very different from how we'd relate to that same content on LinkedIn. But enough about that. Let's talk about me. I've been an internet dork for about as long as I can remember, and I've worked in social media marketing since the industry became an industry. When I was in kindergarten, I wanted a computer like my dad's. So I saved up my allowance and did extra chores for 4 years until I could buy my own, a refurbished lemon of a laptop bought off the Best Buy floor. In high school, I regularly got in trouble for photoshopping teachers and other students into memes. When I started working in public relations, I volunteered to help make some last-minute social creative for a client that generated a few thousand organic shares, and I was quickly moved from the new business team on which I was hired to a group of digital specialists. Since then, I've built social creative and strategy teams at major agencies and platforms, such as Ketchum Public Relations, Energy BBDO, and Reddit. For many of my clients, I've achieved orders of magnitude better engagement, and many have been able to attribute their improved engagement to tangible business results. My campaigns have performed in the top 5% of third-party Facebook studies for at-shelf sales, and I have helped brands become top performers in Pinterest's advertising alpha. When I joined Reddit in 2016 to build their brand strategy team, I wrote the brand engagement playbook for what many advertisers consider to be the most skeptical community on the internet. Today, Cantor Millward Brown reports 2.8 times better aided awareness, 2 times better brand favorability, and 16% better purchase intent for campaigns run on Reddit as compared to average. This book will combine the psychological research and theories that underpin my approach to social media marketing with real brand examples and case studies. For legal reasons and to protect brands' proprietary information, I've removed information about my role in specific examples. But about half of these campaigns are my concepts and executions in action. Social media feels very new to us, and in many ways it is. It hasn't been around for long, especially in the grand scheme of human evolution. But what isn't new is us. From the content we share, to the people we engage, to the posts we like, The ways we express...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.